All right, guys, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well on this Tuesday. Let's take a look at our agenda on Google Classroom like we do every day. All right, so our warm up today, we're going to be doing our proofreading. You guys will have about 5, 6 minutes for that to work on it independently, and then a couple minutes to collaborate with a partner, compare and contrast your mistakes. All right, after our warm up, we're going to do vocab number 6. This one is pretty straightforward. I'll explain it as the time comes. And then we'll finish our short story for today, The Stolen Party. All right, Logan. We're going to finish the second half of the story. Then you guys are going to work on the independent practice questions. And then, if we have time at the end of the period, we will be doing our independent reading like we always do. Remember, book logs are due on October 27th. You guys need 8 entries for this month, okay? 8 entries for the month of October. And we should have time by the end of the period to work on our book logs. But for right now, let's check out proofreading real quick. And of course, guys, you know proofreading has already been posted on Google Classroom. All right, guys, so you know the drill. We have our 2 paragraphs. So 6 minutes on the clock for the 2 paragraphs. When we are done, you guys know the drill. Find a partner or neighbor. Partner 1, take care of the first paragraph, explain the mistakes that you caught. And then partner 2 will take on the second paragraph, explain the mistakes that you found. As you are listening to your partner, make sure you chime in and add any mistakes that they did not catch that you did. All right, guys, 6 minutes for proofreading. I'll be walking around the room and see how you guys are doing. All right, guys, so pretty good job with the proofreading. As I was walking around the room, the one thing that I saw that we got to keep an eye out for is anytime we have a title, for example, like a book or a newspaper or an article, we have to make sure it's either underlined or placed in italics. So that happened a lot with this article that we had. We had a lot of different newspapers, so they all had to be either underlined or placed in italics. But other than that, you guys did a pretty good job. I was glad with the participation we had too. All right, guys, let's check out vocab number 6, and this has been posted already on your Google Classroom. All right, so we have a new group of words this week. We have 9 words. We have abate, a critic. My board's acting a little funny. Bellow, gruesome, robust, overwhelm, pamper, and prior. So for this vocab number 6, you are simply looking up the definition and adding it to your worksheet. All right, this is a little bit different than some of the opening worksheets that we usually do. They usually ask you to make a prediction. For this one, just the definitions, because you're going to need the definitions of these words later on once we get to activities 8 and especially activity 9. So guys, right now we're looking up the definitions for our 9 words, and I'll give you guys another 6 minutes on the clock to do that. I'll be circulating around the room in case you guys need any help, but 6 minutes for vocab number 6. Make sure we get those definitions down. All right, guys? All right, guys, let's have everybody go on to CommonLit and open up the story we started yesterday, The Stolen Party. All right, so as we were talking about it earlier today, Liz gave us a really good summary of what we read yesterday. So we had Rosario. She wanted to go to the birthday party. Her mom is the maid who works for her friend Lucina's family. Lucina, we get the impression by the details and all the descriptive words from the author that she is a wealthy person, comes from a wealthy family. And like I said, Rosario's mom works for her as a maid, and Lucina's having a birthday party. And Rosario is really looking forward to it. She's thinking she's going to have a really good time at this birthday party. But mom has a different outlook on it. She's thinking that her daughter's only invited because she is the daughter of an employee and their kids spend some time together, whereas Rosario, she really thinks that her and Lucina are close friends. But as Logan mentioned a little while ago, there is another character, Joanne, the girl with the ribbon in her hair. She says she is Lucina's cousin and that she knows all of her Lucina's friends, knows all of them very well, and sees Rosario there and asks her, "Who are you? Why are you here?" And she's grilling her pretty good about why she's there. And eventually she came forward and said, "I'm just the daughter of an employee," which is what her mom told her to say, and it had to hurt her a lot. So guys, let's finish reading the second half of the story, and then we'll check out the independent practice questions. All right, I'll be around the room if you need any help. All right, guys, let's check out the independent practice questions. So we have 5 of them. 4 are multiple choice. Number 5 is a short answer response we'll talk about in a couple minutes. So number 1, how does the invitation to Lucina's birthday party create conflict in the story? Question 2, how is the conflict in the story resolved? Number 3, which statement best identifies a theme of the text? Number 4, which piece of evidence best demonstrates the difference in class between Rosario and Lucina? And then number 5, our short answer response. At the end of the story, why does Senor Inez offer Rosario money instead of gifts? So, as you write your response, make sure it is at least 4 sentences long. Make sure you include 3 things. An argument statement. Make sure you clearly state your point. What position are you taking? Part 2, make sure you include at least 2 pieces of evidence from the text. This can be a quote, paraphrasing, and paragraph number. And then number 3, make sure you explain how your evidence supports your arguments. So guys, I'll put 6 minutes on the clock, work independently, and then after the timer goes off, you can collaborate with a neighbor. Once we're done with that, we will have time for independent reading. So make sure you guys are following the instructions. We have the document that tells you how your book log should look, and we have the Google document that tells you what you guys can write about. All right, guys, you know the drill. So 6 minutes for Common Lit. I'll put 6 minutes on the clock again. When you hear the timer go off, you guys will get another 5 minutes to work with your partner and collaborate, and then it'll be book log time. All right, guys, so I'll put the 6 minutes on the clock, and then we'll get going.